In a world that already sees political polarization at increasingly dangerous levels, nothing encourages pitting neighbor against neighbor and child against parent quite like a snitching tip line. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, where apparently we are talking about the Stasi today. Today's story involves not one, but two states that have launched taxpayer-funded anonymous tip lines for people to report neighbors and parents who they think might be violating gun laws. The problems with such a tip line are many, including the fact that most non-gun owners and children don't understand gun laws to begin with. So let's just jump right in. On Thursday, October 10th, Hawaii's Democrat Governor Josh Green, home of the Second Amendment doesn't exist argument, announced that the state's Department of Law Enforcement had established a confidential and anonymous tip line. The press release is only a couple paragraphs long and says that it's for people to report illegal gun ownership and firearm crimes anonymously. The gun tip line offers another way the public can assist law enforcement in protecting our neighborhoods, says Department Director Jordan Lowe. Guns that have been stolen, guns that haven't been registered, and guns in the wrong hands are often used to commit crimes. The consequences can be tragic. So if you see something, send something to the gun tip line and help us make Hawaii safer. As if some rando can tell whether or not a gun is registered by looking at it. Now, sure, if someone is using a gun to commit a crime, it's probably not a legal one, but that should be a regular call to the police and not a gun tip line. It even says right on there that if there is a crime happening or there's an emergency to call 911. The press release also encourages people to go on the website and submit photos or videos of these alleged violations. People are asked to provide names, addresses, license plate numbers, physical descriptions, and even the models or types of gun if the person knows it, which I'm sure they don't. What I think is going to be more likely here is people reporting neighbors they don't like, ex-partners and spouses, maybe people they just want kicked out of their house, and co-workers they don't get along with. Because again, if you are witnessing a random crime, you're not going to have the information they're requesting to begin with, and you should be filing an actual police report. No, it's just another way for legal gun owners to get harassed, but at least it's just the tip. Oh, that was really bad. Sorry. Not sorry. Actually, no, I am a little bit sorry. I had to put it in. I do apologize. That was not my best moment. Either way, in a state that declared there is no constitutional right to carry a firearm, well, it's not looking good. Now, before I tell you about Michigan's tip line, which is honestly even worse, this video is brought to you by the attorneys on retainer. These are the people that you want in your corner if you ever find yourself in a self-defense incident or, I guess, having been reported by your neighbor or child for exercising your rights. These folks are actual attorneys whose entire job it is to give you legal advice and represent you if you use your gun in self-defense. They are not insurance companies. Their only requirements are that the incident happened after you signed up and that you reasonably acted within good faith. They are not there to protect their own butts with fine print or liability, and you are not sent through an insurance adjuster before a lawyer even looks at your case, which is what can happen with insurance companies. They cover everything from felonies to misdemeanors, appeals, and even bail bonds. Literally, they are firearm defense attorneys that you are paying to be there when you need them. So switch on over from your existing self-defense coverage, head on over to my link in the description and use code LibertyDoll to get $50 off your individual sign-up. Now, in Michigan, meanwhile, the same week, Gretchen Lockdown Whitmer signed House Bill 5503, which was supposed to be an education funding bill, but tucked away in that pork barrel, as is typically the case, was funding for something completely different. The bill, mysteriously, took $1 million of school funding and instead put it towards an anonymous tip line for students to report guns that they think are improperly stored. Now, hopefully kiddos with gun owner parents are getting proper instruction on the cardinal rules of gun safety, but the thing is, with teenagers especially, kiddos can be convinced of all kinds of things because peer culture exists and government education is a thing, and kids desperately want to fit in with the predominant culture. Also, peer pressure is a thing, and who knows the political views of your child's friends. Now, also in Michigan, a big part of this is that bill also mandates that the Department of Education develop materials to teach children what the government determines is safe storage. Not safe staging or any of the other rules of gun safety, but no, what the government determines is proper safe storage. These schools will then be training teachers on this material as well as how to teach students to use the tip line. Now, the legislature in Michigan is currently controlled by the Democrats, so we have some guesses as to how that will go. The legislation says that an improperly stored firearm is one stored in violation of Michigan's safe storage laws, which mandate that guns need to be kept both locked and unloaded when there is a minor in the home. The bill was expedited through the legislature within hours, and there was a pretty strong campaign to silence opposition. And now, if this was truly about school safety and student safety and not at all political, then why the rush? Why trying to squash opposition votes? And why try to rush it through as fast as possible? Though it should be noted that all but 11 Republican state reps voted in favor of the Report Your Parents hotline. So, maybe y'all have some voting to do. And I ask the question, if anyone remembers who else asked kids to report on their parents? Maybe they should change these school uniforms to brown shirts. Both of these bills could lead to some pretty nasty, unwanted interactions between law enforcement and legal gun owners, interactions that are already pretty dangerous and on thin ice as is, based on the very fact that the cop knows they're showing up to a house with guns, and there has been a lot of press on cops showing up at gun owners' homes and gun owners getting shot. I can't see any way that this is going to go well, but if you live in Michigan or Hawaii and are a gun owner and haven't already, now might be an excellent time to invest in some bulk lube. Man, ever since I did that video about the eggplants, this channel is just going downhill into the gutter. Anyways, that is it for this video, guys. You know the drill for all of the algorithm things. Like, share, and subscribe if you are new here. Ring the notification bell and drop a comment down below. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there and happy shooting.